they would throw paper to the front of the bus, and they kept hitting this one girl, bro.
Yeah.
And she came back and just started bombing on all of us,
Like
from
one at a time.
bro, from the left to the right, like. What is going on?
What's good, everybody?
Was cracking. Or what did I say on the video we recorded this weekend? Was cracking, lacking, booty smacking?
Yeah. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah, well, this weekend's been pretty lit. It was Easter Sunday. Well, this is the following week that's coming out, but
Yeah.
we just got done with Easter Sunday. How was it for you?
It was cool. I had no plan. Well, the day before, my mom took me to some Riverside, to do some Easter thing at some park because her friend invited her. That was kind of whack. I saw some kid throw an Easter egg because her sister picked it up, and he wanted to grab it, so he just threw that shit.
Crazy. By the way, we're Woof's Web, Michael Granados.
I'm Miguel Meza.
In case you didn't know, now you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. So was that for church or anything? Because I know my grandma used to be going to the park for some church stuff.
No, because this wasn't on Easter. This was the day before. On actual Easter, we just went to my aunt's house because she was cooking up some ribs and had the little kids pick up Easter eggs and shit. And all that
Perro.
shit.
So did you crack anyone with the confetti eggs?
No, they don't. They haven't done that in a while. Just because it gets all the cousins it gets in my fucking hair. I'm like, bitch, shut up.
Soft ass fools.
Soft ass heads.
Nah, I know my family be like that too. Or bro, they be taking it too far sometimes. They be, bro, when they crack it, they fucking throw their whole palm in that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, you trying to bust my head open with that shit? Or what's going on?
Bro. And my grandpa, you know my grandpa how he is. He be going for the little kids like they're grown ass adults. Yeah, I hope one day we get to get my grandpa on some video because that dude is one character for sure.
He has lived a life. Let me tell you this. This guy's interesting as hell.
Yeah, my boy hits every single World Cup. He just finds a place to stay. He figures it out. But I mean, YOLO, living it to the fullest.
Yeah.
But aside from Easter, we went to Exchange on Friday to support the homegirl Good Trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. That was my second time going to Exchange. How many times you been there?
I've been there a few times, a couple times. That was my twice with backstage outages, and the first time was because of her. So shout out to her because she's a homegirl, and Tim too. It's risky.
Tim. Yeah, bro. It was fun this weekend. Honestly, I think we met Flosstradamus over there. Yeah, we met a couple of big artists out there that we haven't met, in real life.
Yeah.
And Floss being one of them. I mean, it's funny. I had to go pee, and coincidentally, he was in there on the urinal
next to
taking a piss next to a GTA or Good Times Ahead, Jules, and that is definitely not the way we wanted to meet him, but it is what it is. We hit with the little elbow fist bump because he had just got done taking a piss.
Yeah, he was like, I shake your hand, but I just had my dick in my hand.
Yeah, no, he's a funny dude, a real humble guy. I appreciate him for taking the time to talk to us and all that.
And he actually did, because most people he would have just said what's up and dip, but he waited outside because we had to take a piss too, so he waited for us to handle our business, and he was outside the bathroom, so we could be able to talk to him.
Yeah, exactly, and you never know what could happen in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, this weekend was actually one of the most active weekends we had in a minute, I think.
Yeah, it's been a really active April, I would say. We've had something to do at least every weekend.
Facts. It feels like we got some crazy stuff going for us finally. After that dry ass year of 2020, we were figuring stuff out, coming back from being MIA for a minute, and now it's I feel like I got the star from Mario going right now. It
really did. Man, we I don't know. To me, maybe it was kind of needed just because how our schedule was before COVID. We were just on a grind mode, and I think we for sure burned ourselves out. So I mean, it was kind of a forced stop, but kind of necessary.
Facts. And then aside from Exchange and Easter. We ended up kicking it with the boys, filming some videos. I don't want to tell you guys exactly what type yet because I want to hit y'all with some surprises. But Maple Alley, dude.
Yeah.
Stay ready. We've been saying this every episode. And I promise you the way's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, the videos we're doing are super entertaining as hell, and what better way to do it than with some of our best friends.
Facts. But although I did have a great time this weekend, my poor little mini Schnauzer dog. got in a fight with a big ass fucking German Shepherd.
Harley?
Yeah, my poor little Harleys. Yeah, dude, she got little wounds, little battle wounds. Thankfully, she didn't get like punctured or like any broken bones or anything.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So we pulled up to my girl's parents' house, and they had this German Shepherd. I think it's like a bum food. Like it just pulled up on their pad or whatever, and they just have been holding it for a minute because they're trying to see if they can find a new home for it. But obviously, it's fully grown, and it's pretty hard to find a like someone that wants to take on a whole grown ass German Shepherd.
Yeah, it's really hard.
They were confident that she would be fine. But so she's in the backyard and we pull up. We usually just have my dog just running around free in their house. And when we opened the sliding door, she ran out and she didn't know that German Shepherd was back there. But thankfully my father-in-law was out there.
Yeah, shout out Bernie.
Yeah, he was there to grab the German Shepherd off of her, but you know, she still got some damage to her.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, she's probably traumatized for life, but bro, she'd be asking for it sometimes.
Low key, like I'm gonna lie, sometimes every time I come to this house, I want to punt her. I'm like, bitch, I come here every day. You should know me.
Bro, she's all bark, no bite, too.
I know.
I swear to God. Yeah, but shit. I mean, so she's 0-1 in the fights, but shit, all I know is that couldn't be me.
Yeah. Oh, my God. This guy is undefeated. Like, the amount of times he's told me, like, he's, like, been in fights and, like, won. I don't think he's ever taken it now.
Yeah, I'm so pissed that no one was there to record my first fight because I knocked that fool out. Fool. Like, he got a big-ass bloody eye and shit.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to be friends after that fight because we were friends before. And, you know, I had to give him the 1-2 Mayweather real quick. And and we agreed that we would be friends after. But that fool, like, he said that he was down. But obviously, he was only down if he won.
Obviously.
So that shit didn't fucking happen.
You know, some people, they don't feel some type of way and shit.
Yeah, facts. But so the only fool there that I was recording, he didn't want to send me the video because he was on his side. Wow. So it is what it is. But, you know, I had a couple other fights at school. Got actually suspended because of one. You know, I wasn't even trying to fight that day either. I was just recording the other homie fighting, and then he came at me. But we're cool now, surprisingly, a couple of years later and shit. And then outside of that, there was an EDC where me and this random ass guy, like he was in one of those Asian train lines.
Yeah.
And he was at the end of his friend line, and he, like, they were all stepping on my girl's feet, and so the last fool was walking by. So I was pushing him off with my arm. And he tried to throw his ass back.
Oh hell!
And then I pushed him back, and then he turned and swung and completely missed. But when he swung, he like stumbled on the little freaking the cable things that are in the middle of the freaking. They be taking out people's ankles all damn day.
For real.
But yeah, that fool he swung and slipped over me, and so when we fell on the ground, he was basically his face was where my knee area is. Pause.
Nope.
And then I was just bombing on his head and shit. And, you know, hopefully I don't get banned from any Insomniac shit for this story. But look, he started, all right? I'm all about the plur vibes, feel me?
Hey, didn't you say some people recognized you the next day after that?
Yeah, because we went to the same area the following day. And I guess some other people did the same shit. They went to the same area, I guess that's their just key spot. And they're like, hey, aren't you the guy that fought yesterday? And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how are you going to remember me? Bro, I was wearing my bucket hat and everything. I don't know how they would recognize me, but
I remember you were hot because you got your bucket hat dirty and everything.
Yeah, bro, it fell off my fucking... Hey, but at least my shoes didn't fall off like that fool.
Yeah. Literally. Oh, you know shoot him?
Yeah, bro, when we're done, like, I was just bombing on his head, and then we get up.
Yeah.
And this fool's fucking shoes are off, and he's over here putting them back on. And I go up to him while he's putting them on. I'm like, learn how to fucking say excuse me. And that fool tried swinging on me again. I'm like, come on, bro, you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
Yeah.
But the people around us pulled him off. I was like, fuck, man, I really did that shit alone. I had none of you.
Dude, and imagine if his like homies just bothered to look back.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get jumped, I swear, because it was like 5 or 6 guys in that line, but he was the one at the end, so they didn't even notice. Isn't that crazy? You could just you lose your homie out of nowhere, and you come to find out he got his ass rocked.
I mean, that part's crazy, but I mean, it's pretty easy. You know how many times like we lose homies just leaving us to a stage to another stage.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
We're just like, fuck it, we'll catch him later.
Yeah, true. But shit, it seems like fights have just been in my life since high school, whether it's me or my friends or just random ass people, because
Yeah.
I would take the bus. Well, I wasn't even supposed to be on that school bus, but I would always sneak in. The lady never checked the name list, and so like there was always just fights on the bus, whether it was on the bus or right after we got off the bus stop. And I remember one time this girl. So you know how like the troublemakers sit in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
She was sitting like in the middle, and I sat with all the cool kids. Really, it was just the dumbasses that fucked around a lot.
Yeah.
And acted like monkeys and shit. But they would throw paper to the front of the bus, and they kept hitting this one girl, bro.
Yeah.
And she came back and just started bombing on all of us.
Like one at a time?
Bro, from the left to the right, like the two people on this side, two people on the, she was just hitting us, pop, 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 pop. And I was like, fuck, I didn't even do shit.
Dude.
But of course, you know, you hang out the wrong crowd, you're gonna get knocked you're gonna get knocked down and shit.
I remember one time I was at a house party, and it was like during high school. So like all my high school homies were there. You know, we had vibes. Jonathan was there. Homie Alicia was there. And I forget her name. Like I went up to the homie Nathan. I was like, hey, what's up, Nathan? And he's talking to his friend, a mutual. Like I know we're on cool terms or anything, but she was fucking plastered. And you know, we're having good conversation. All of a sudden, she looks at me. I forget what she says, and then she just slaps the shit out of my face. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? And then obviously, like one of her homegirls like took her away. But I looked at my boy like, what the fuck was that for? I was like, I don't know. That bitch is drunk. I was like, so I get slapped for that shit.
Damn, bro, you're just in the crossfire.
I honestly, bro, that shit hurt. I was like, damn, this bitch.
Poor guy, you didn't even say shit.
Wow.
Have you ever been in like any other fights?
No, man. I've always been cool with people. Like, I've always made it a point never to like step on people's toes. Part of that's just me trying to fit in. The other part of it is just I'm low-key bitch made. So I think if I ever do get in a fight, I think I would lose. But, so I just never bothered to.
So I think my grandpa used to toughen us all up like at an early age. Like he'll just come by and just like flick your ear or just smack you in the back for no reason. And that fool, like, he's a troublemaker too, bro. Like he told me this one story where he was on, and this is pretty recent.
Yeah.
And he's older, so he was on a bus by himself, and some younger dude, I don't know how young, but he probably in mid-20s or whatever. Like I guess he was giving him a tough time, and that fool literally was like, he like fucked him up and shit. Like my grandpa fucked him up.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I guess my grandpa used to box. Like every time like we would have like family parties.
Yeah.
He would always bring out the little gloves and have us cousins box each other. Like, did you ever hang out with your cousins back then like that or not really?
I mean, yeah, but like I grew up with girl cousins. The only cousin that was like dude was Alex.
Damn.
Man, he's basically like me, so we never box. We were just fucking nerds.
Yeah, I remember back in the days, bro. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every New Year, I have like fucking 30 cousins, 40 cousins, just on my dad's side.
Yeah.
And we would always like just be boxing each other, wrestling each other, throwing each other around. Even the little kids, you hit them, make them cry. You gotta be like, I'm so sorry. You gotta like rub them down. Please don't tell. and like we would just be fucking just fighting, playing loud ass music. That shit was the best time of my life, bro. I miss those days.
Actually, you know what? I do remember this one time because I had a couple of childhood friends. Me and him are still boys to this day, but they live all the way up in, like Porterville, which is like fucking like NorCal and shit. Yeah. They stayed in the back house where I used to live in San Bernardino. We had like you know those cheap ass pools you have in the back where it's not really a pool, but you like it's the next best thing.
Yeah.
And so me and him are swimming, and him and his brother, and so like this who decided to get on the fucking ladder and fucking drop kick my ass when I wasn't looking, and I got fucking hot. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I started like wailing on him, but he was low-key kind of drowning at the same time. So I felt bad because he started going like this, and then he just got up. He started like crying his eyes out, and I felt like shit. I was like, "Fuck, dude."
Damn. Speaking of drowning, bro, I remember I almost drowned when I was fucking like probably like 8 or 9. I mean, I'm a decent swimmer now. Like I could stay afloat and shit.
Same.
I struggle floating, but I can like go like from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
And back then though, I was a fucking little bitch, bro. I would not fucking hop in the deep end or nothing. I'll be holding onto the side. You know, going from all the way around the pool, just having the time of my life. But really, bro, like one time I slipped, and it was pretty dark, but it was a party, so like only the kids were in the pool, and I slipped, bro, and they told me not to go too deep, and I fucking did, and I slipped, and I was under the water for a cool minute and a half, and everything I just started noticing everything started getting blurry, and I was just keeping my hands up, reaching up, and I grabbed some girl's leg, and she pulled me up, bro. Yeah. Dude, I was like coughing my lungs out. I didn't know what to think, bro. But
I mean, that's how I learned how to drown. I learned how to swim just because I drowned. Because I thought I'd already had like a cool idea on how to swim, so I'm thinking, oh, Mr. Big Shot. And I'm like 4 or 5, so like this is like one of my community pools. I told him I'm all hype. I showed my mom like, look, mom, I know how to swim. And I go straight into the deep end. I jump and I fucking start drowning. And they had to fucking come save me.
Fuck that, bro. I don't mess with water at all. It's like when you go to have you ever been on a boat and shit or no?
Like little ones, like the ones in LA where you kind of
like at the lake or anything.
Yeah, here and there.
So we used to go on the boat deep as fuck into the lake or the ocean, and the motherfuckers, they be playing with the water, bro, with no vest, nothing, and they just jump up in there. Hell, and I don't give a fuck how good of a swimmer you are. I ain't playing with that shit.
Yeah,
that should be killing like so many people.
You remember when I was like helping my buddy like with the jet ski business?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Dude, there was one time like, so me and him, we dropped off the jet skis to the one side of the lake. This is a lake out in Paris, but we were on the other side. So it was kind of like they grabbed the jet skis from where we told them to pick them up, and then they went off. But one of his homies didn't know how to use the jet ski, so like, all right, fuck it, we'll take it to you guys over there. And he told us where to go, and so we went like all the way around. We're low-key fucking around, and I'm holding, for whatever reason, because you're supposed to hold on to them.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, I normally don't care, but for whatever reason I was just like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do that gay shit. Like it just came to my head. I was like, so I'm like holding on to the jet ski, and I'm holding on for dear life because this motherfucker has like some, like it was like on the supercharged one. So I'm like, fuck, and I'm holding on to it for dear life. And this motherfucker all of a sudden decides to take like a sharp turn, and I go flying off the jet ski. And I'm like, George.
What the fuck?
He notices me. I lost my hat. I think I broke my glasses.
What the fuck are you doing wearing your hat on a jet ski?
It gets hot up, yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true. I remember because I would go to Lake Havasu the past couple of years with my family on vacation, and yeah, they would tell me to wear a hat because you'll get your scalp burned and all that.
Yeah, it gets hot.
But I think 2 years ago it was my first time driving with myself.
Yeah.
Well, that shit's pretty fun, but you be going fucking fast, dude.
You be fast, and low key, your forearms get tired just trying to hold on for dear life.
I'm always getting tired, but when you're bouncing, like
that's just scary as fuck. Cause you bounce on the wave that someone else hit, and you're just like,
you get the awkward wave, like the awkward timing and stuff, and literally like I think my aunt, she flipped off or something like that.
Oh, there's this one time, some group like rented out the jet skis, and it was like for some party, but whatever. But one of the guys, he was like, he didn't want to get on, but his friends convinced him. They were all fucking peaceful. He was like, all right, fool, I just don't want to hurt myself. They go out there, and you can see him. They go all the way out there, and you can see this fool just starts doing like wheelies on the fucking thing, and they both fall off, and they flip the jet skis. And that fool comes back and he's like, I think I broke my leg again. But that's the reason why he didn't want to get on, because he had just broken his leg and it just got healed. Like it was good. He was like barely good enough to start walking. So he fractured his leg again.
No, I'm scared of the fucking water though.
Yeah.
But have you ever been on a banana boat?
Never. I remember I would see them at the lake, but I'm like, that shit looks dope as fuck.
Bro, when I was in that quince I talked about the last episode.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a little bitch, bro, but high key I was scared as fuck to go on that. They be going like when they're turning, it's going so fast and they're just drifting, and then that's when it flips.
Yeah.
And did I flip? I think I flipped like one time, but there was a couple times where like we didn't flip or anything. But that's just pretty fun. It helped me overcome my fear with the water, because that was only a couple years after I almost drowned and shit.
Yeah.
So I've always been a little bit afraid of the water, or at least I didn't mess around with it too much.
Nah, I always respect the water. That's why, that's low-key why I don't even like fucking going to the beach apart from the sand. It's just because I'm like, man, you get lost out there, no one can find you.
Fuck the sand, fool. I'll come home, or I hate getting in my car and just dropping all the sand.
It's just there for weeks, months at the time. Like you go many times to the fucking car wash and it's still fucking there.
Yeah, so if you invite me to the beach, go fuck yourself twice. Are you excited for the Ryan Garcia fight this weekend?
I'm super excited. It's Ryan Garcia with Tank Davis.
Ronzo Davis.
And I'm like,
Who you got?
I'm a big Garcia fan, but like I've been seeing the last couple Tank fights. I'm like, fool, I don't know how this fool can win against him. There's a reason they call him fucking Tank. This fool has fucking power in his punches. Like Ryan has speed. Like Ryan has the speed for that shit. Like, but like I don't know. Like I'm like, this is a fight to see, because like it could go either way, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tank knocks him out.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we had this anticipation for this fight or any fight in boxing?
Yeah, not even like the UFC fight. Like maybe the John Jones fight, just because he had been on hiatus for so long with like all the PEDs and bullshit. But like as far as boxing, I can't think of a time when the last time like it's been a boxing like match just hyped up.
So you said you got Tank?
Sadly, yes. Sadly, yes. I'm a Ryan Garcia fan, but I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can do it.
I'm gonna make it interesting. I got Ryan Garcia. See what happens.
We're gonna make a bet. We'll figure it out.
Are both the fighters undefeated?
I think so. I think both of them are undefeated. I don't recall Ryan losing any fights recently, and I don't recall Tank losing any fights.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking. Do you remember any of the fights from high school? Like any of the big fights where like there were some heavy hitters and shit, like some fools that would fuck up everyone, and they fight another heavy hitter that fucks up like everyone. Like usually like the Cholo fools or the
I do remember that. I remember there was this guy. He was like a super senior, and he was like I didn't know what that was until I met him. I'm like, oh, this fool like actually like had to repeat his senior year twice, and that fool would get in fights all the time. That fool looked like straight up man. I was like, you don't belong here, bro. Just go to adult school at this point.
Fuck, low key. I think it was the homie Chris that he got like headbutted to the ground and shit.
What
you remember that fight? Or
I don't think I was there for that.
So I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but on YouTube there was like a my homie and some other, I forget who the other guy was, but they were inside one of the halls and I think he was on top of my homie, and he just headbutted him and his fucking head bounced off the ground and it's echoey in there, so the video was just like fucking loud as shit. I'm like, God damn, bro, I'm pissed off that I wasn't there to record that one though.
You record the best.
Yeah, fights. I filmed all those fights, bro. I was not scared to get up in there. And that's what I hate is like the people that be recording the fights like for Instagram and YouTube.
Terrible,
bro. They be missing half the action. I'm like, bro, I'm about to get up in there like 40x shit and be fucking. I'm trying to make you feel like you're in that bitch.
It's annoying because I'm like, bro, are you recording the fight or are you gonna just be there like to watch? Like you gotta do both and more.
Yeah, bro, they'll be just watching and their cameras facing the whole other way, or they got their finger blocking that shit.
Or you're there talking to other people. I'm like, motherfucker, record.
Yeah, that was low-key my duty. I mean, I made sure to be at every fight that I could be.
Yeah.
I had to take a couple of them down though, because that's when the principals and all that were getting into it.
Oh shit.
But fuck, low-key, I wonder if my brothers have been in some fights, because I've always been scared of that. Like, because American History X, bro. Have you seen that movie?
Dude, man, when I first saw that, it made me cry.
I know. Well, it wasn't my first time seeing it that made me cry, but for some reason, the one of the couple times after, like, it just hit me. I think it's because my brothers were getting older.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, I don't want them to go to high school. I started bawling my eyes out and shit. And yeah, I don't know. I've just always been afraid of them getting into some shit, and I can't be there.
Yeah, that's sad because, like, you know, but that's why you kind of have to like tell them outside of school, like, you know what, like, you know how it is and stuff.
Yeah,
like
you gotta pick the right battles, or, you know, fights just in general, they're not really worth it.
No, not really.
I feel like you should only fight if you're defending yourself, because there's been times where like people just want to fight me for no reason, just because of, I don't know, maybe because I was a little popular back then, but people just always wanted to pick fights for the dumbest shit, and I knew better than to just take a fight just for the fuck of it. Like, for the most part, I just tried to be respectful towards everyone. And, you know, even if I'm at a house or like anywhere, I just want to be respectful to the people around me. And shit, yeah, I don't know. People are fucking retarded back then.
I remember one time, like, this dude wanted to fight me. Well, he don't fight me, but he was like real pressed because like this was like after school. And like I was waiting for my pops to pick me up. And so I seen him in the corner and with his homies, and he just like, damn, this motherfucker has the fucking sickest taper I've ever seen in my life. Like, that shit was clean as fuck. Like, I was like, no homo, but I was just admiring the fuck out of him. Like, damn, fool. Because I used to go, before I find my barber, like, I used to go to, like, some ladies at this one shop. And I'm like, man, they never get that shit that clean. And I was going to ask him, like, after that. But that fool just, like, noticed me, kept staring. He probably thought I was, like, dogging him or something. Because he was like, the fuck you looking at? And he's like this cholo-ass dude. I'm like, ain't nothing, man. And then I was just like, oh, that's what I thought. I was like, fuck, I can't even look at your taper all clean while I'm trying to get in the fight and shit.
What the fuck was that?
I think it was from downstairs.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's funny though. You got caught staring at him a little too long.
I guess, man. Like,
was this in the Dino?
Nah, this was an AB.
I was about to say.
Nah, you know what's funny? Like, when I grew up in the Dino, like, my street was pretty chill, but the streets next to us were active as hell, like super active. Like, I knew. Then my mom never even told me. I just knew, like, instinctively, don't walk alone in those streets because you will get fucked up.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like I think David, when he was walking home from the pad one time, he got jumped. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's just like I hate pussy ass fools that be jumping. That shit pisses me off.
I'm like, why? Like, why? Well, you can't just let this fool walk.
Yeah, handle it 1-on-1. When we were speaking about the high school shit, a fucking memory came to my mind. You remember that one time when the guy stuck a broomstick up that fool's butt in summer school?
Like, well, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally like this is my action because it's like, I was so speechless. So speechless like right now for that shit to happen in school.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I wonder if he's still in jail.
I think he got sentenced a while ago, but I remember like it took a couple years before he got in sentencing.
Sheesh. Yeah, that fool was bawling his eyes out on the news. Like it was crazy. It was during summer school, and it was in the auto shop. Or was it auto or the
it was auto.
one?
It was auto.
Okay, it was either auto or the what's the one where they built the bricks and shit?
Oh, the masonry.
I think it was that one. Honestly, I think it might have been that one. But yeah, that shit made it on the news and everything. I used to know him and his sister and all that.
The guy that did the shoving.
That did the shoving, bro. And I know he pinche travieso fool. That fool was a troublemaker. Always fucking doing fuck ass shit, just fucking around with kids, kind of bullying them, but like he would try to be playful with it and all that.
Yeah.
But obviously this fool didn't fuck with that, so he took it. He took it a little too far, and yeah, that fool he shoved the broomstick up his ass.
Sodomized him, and what was worse is like the teacher was like there. I don't know if he was watching it exactly, but he was in the building, he was in the room, and he didn't do anything about it. So he got caught up too with it. Him and like that kid and like some other kid, and they all got like jail time, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even recently the Sequoia Middle School teacher, bro.
I'm like, what the fuck?
So there's this teacher in Fontana at Sequoia Middle School. Apparently she was what was she doing?
So they were reading some Mark Twain book, and one of the kids was asking them about how do you spell like one of the N words, and I'm like. And I guess it triggered her. And so I feel like there's more to that story. I feel like they had been already fucking with her previously because why are you getting traumatized all like triggered over that automatically? So she was like telling him like, hey, you can say this. It's just a word. And then she basically was trying to force the kid to say the N word.
Yeah, bro. It's pretty common out here that people say the N word, like surprisingly.
Yeah, I think it's just more like a hood term. Like if you're like, from like IELA or just anywhere from the hood over there, you'll see like, people that aren't, African American, they'll say it like not nonchalantly, and it's just kind of accepted in that way. But also at the same time, like, you have to realize that's just how that culture is, Yeah. It's not accepted everywhere. Obviously, it's not supposed to be accepted. Period. People just still do it.
So yeah, it's crazy to see, like the movie we're just talking about, American History X, how it could go from that type of shit all the way to now, like everyone's kind of meshing.
Yeah.
Kinda. I mean, there's still some racism everywhere, but it seems like just like African Americans and.
Well, I mean, we're pretty blessed. We live in California, so it's very, very blended, especially in SoCal. It's a very melting pot. But I know for a fact in NorCal, it's still pretty racist. Like, there's still a lot of racism out there.
Well, yeah, in the middle of the country too.
Yeah.
All the cousin fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but fucking. Do you have any other movies that like traumatize you? Or anything like that? Any scary shit? Anything?
Like scary movies? Or scary is just like movies that just fuck me up.
Both, actually. Yeah, both.
There was that one movie. What was it called? It's called Paranormal Activity 3.
The third one?
Yeah, the third one had me fucking like. I was like so close to walk out of the theater because like it's like that part where they get to the grandma's house and like all these like old ass like demonic ass ladies just start coming out of the woodworks. And I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on right now?
Dude, that shit low-key was scary. Like, do you remember? Was it that movie? No, it was the marked ones where the Cholos fools, they had the shotguns just blasting.
Oh, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy how they built the whole world around that shit. Like all the Paranormal Activity movies.
Yeah.
But the first one for sure, like that one spooked the fuck out of me because they made it seem like it was real and all that marketing.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it was like an indie film or something. And
yeah, when it was, it was filmed in Rancho.
No.
Yeah, that house was the house they filmed in was in Rancho.
Really?
Yeah.
In Mexico or?
No, like Rancho. Rancho.
Oh, Rancho. What?
Yeah,
I thought it was San Diego.
It was one of those two, but I knew it was super close. I was like, "Yo, what the hell? This is crazy!" And like the budget was only like,
oh, it was dirt cheap. Like
it was
10K,
dirt cheap, and
like
they made and they 10x their with profit off this. So that's like damn. I mean, it was a good movie. Like I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah, the first one, rewatching it, it's kind of like it's not really that scary.
It really isn't, but it was ahead of its time because like no one really kind of did that in the way they did. The remake, what was kind of like a remake or sequel? That one was kind of crazy when we saw it in theaters.
Yeah, we saw it together.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I don't remember that, but I do remember seeing it. But I remember that shit was fucking scary.
Like the part where like because they remember how like they thought they were like playing with them, and so they grabbed a little doll and then cracked it, and like that bitch's spine just broke. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Fuck yeah! I think the second one is more scary than the first.
Yeah,
but for sure, like back then, watching the first one, I was fucking spooked. I couldn't even watch it like fully. Like that reminds me of my parents when they would tell you to cover your eyes and shit. You're just like,
oh, you know what? Actually, the one that had me fucked up to this day was Strangers.
Oh yeah,
because I saw that in the past when I was because my dad, me and him, we had a special bond with like horror and sci-fi films. So he was like, whenever he sees something like trailer, let's go watch that. And mind you, I'm like not even like 10 years old. So when we went to watch it, I was traumatized. I was scared off my fucking seat.
The shit that we're allowed to watch back then.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I remember we watched. It was at my old house when my parents were together. We were watching fucking Scarface.
You know, I never seen it.
Oh my god, you gotta watch that shit, bro.
I know there's a lot of old movies that, and I'm like, and I went to school for film and shit, and I would get fucking roasted when I even told them that, or Goodfellas, or like The Godfather. I'm like, damn, food, like.
Yeah, bro, we're eating Denny's.
Yeah.
On the bed watching Scarface, and I was probably like six or seven, because I lived in the back house at the time.
Yeah.
Before my parent or my mom moved to the front house, and there's a scene where I don't remember if it's fucking Al Pacino's homie or someone or one of the bad dudes, one of the gang members. He was in the shower though, and he was just getting fucking chainsawed in that bitch, bro. Oh. And my mom told me to cover my eyes. Like I said, I was over here just like halfway covering them.
Yeah.
Like in all the sex scenes.
Yeah, facts. I remember one time, like, you ever seen Freddy versus Jason?
Oh yeah.
Like the part where like she's back at the camp and like all like the camp counselors like are fucking and shit. My mom's just like, look away. But I'm like, oh shit, what's going on?
Do you remember that part where that fool got folded backwards?
Oh my god, dude, this was crazy.
I used to love that movie so much.
It's good, but like,
no. If you rewatch it, low key, it's kind of like it's pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
As long as you block out the cheesiness, like you're cool. But it was an energy. They've been fucking trying to get a sequel for that for so long. Well, the fans.
Yeah, but the whole point of it, like even in the end, because I remember the director talked about it, like the way you remember how the way it ended, like technically, Jason won, but Freddy was still alive. They did it that way because, like, you know, for the fans for either war, like they could say like, oh, this guy won, this guy won.
Yeah, make it a big debate and shit.
So it makes no sense for them to do a sequel.
I always wanted the Chucky versus Leprechaun.
That would be cool.
Yeah, one of those, or maybe Michael Myers and Jason. He technically won.
Yeah,
well, kind of. If you,
man, that recent Michael Myers movie was ass.
Bro, they fucked up on that one. How are you gonna end the whole series like that?
That's garbage.
Yeah, don't watch that shit. Save your money, save your time.
And if you did, I'm sorry.
But they've been making hella remakes or like sequels.
Yeah.
But like far ahead. The one that I used to love back then was It. Like the original It.
That one.
Don't tell me you didn't watch that shit.
No, I watched the original. That actually, now I think about it, that one actually did traumatize me a little bit.
Yep.
Like I low key was scared to use the bathroom for a couple of days. Yeah, I was
the shower drain.
Yeah, I was scared for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the sequel, I mean not sequel, the kind of remake of it.
Yeah, the remix.
It was pretty good actually. They did a good job on it.
Yeah, both of them are good. I wish we had more time with the characters though. I feel like they had good chemistry and all that.
Yeah.
But for sure, the original, that one had me spooked. I think he's more scarier the way he looks in the original. But I used to rewatch it over and over, and I would have the nightmares, and I'll still want to watch it. Same thing with Chucky. I always had nightmares about Chucky, but I love watching it. And to this day, I think Bride of Chucky's probably the best one.
Yeah, that was a good one. It had my tripping did have Eminem or my tripping balls.
No. They never had Eminem.
Okay, I thought they had.
And that specific movie?
No, actually, you know what? I'm not even.
They had Redman.
That's what I was thinking of.
They had Redman. They fucking gut his ass and he just drops his. It's funny because in the movie he's just like steaming and shit.
Yeah.
Which one's that one? Seed of Chucky.
Oh, that was a Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, that movie was fucking hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I was probably 8 or 9 years old when I watched that. And bro, the intro credits is the sperm cell making it to the.
And then his like son's name is Shitface.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking.
And then he keeps pissing himself.
Yeah.
Or they have Chucky beating his meat, and
oh my god, that's just funny as well.
When Tiffany she flashes that food.
Yeah.
That movie's jokes. I think they brought back Shitface in the TV show. Have you seen that one?
No, I never got around to. I remember you told me it was pretty good.
Yeah, the TV show's cool. I was about to say some shit that'll get me canceled. What would you do in a scary movie?
I'd die, bro. I'm not built for the ones that end. I'd fucking die.
Bro, it's funny. I always told myself if I was in a scary movie that I would try to be friends with the bad guy, the villain. Like I would try to be homies with him. I'll be like, bro, I'll help you. I swear, just let me live.
But I've seen movies where people even do that and they're like, nah, I'll still kill you.
Yeah, that is true. They try to. Yeah, I've seen that before. But I think that would be my first move, and that shit pisses me off though. In movies, they make the fucking slow ass fool just walking, and they still catch up to him. Whether it's Michael Myers or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, they always catch up to them. That shit's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of retarded.
But that's how they make the movies work, I guess.
Yeah.
But speaking of horror, you got any more horror stories from festivals and shit?
There was that one time. Do you remember like it was Countdown? I think it was like the very first one we went to, and me, you, and your ex lady at the time, we were like, we went inside the Damas building, and we were just there chilling, listening to Megalodon, and we're sitting down, and I looked over to my left, and some dude was having a full on seizure. You remember that?
Bro, yeah, I mean, it was a blur, but I do remember that.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, as I've never seen in my life, I've never seen anyone have a seizure like that, period. And so I was lucky a little traumatic because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And obviously, he must have been on something. I hope he was okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. Like, like the medical staff came super quick and they picked him up and stuff. But I was like, damn, that was traumatizing.
I've seen hella seizures everywhere, at every festival probably. But aside from the seizures, do you remember at Hard Summer? Fuck, were you there? It was when that guy, he was like vomiting in the porta potty, and his girl was there trying to like.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that fool had his fucking hands and face on the porta potty, dude. Nasty.
Yeah, he was a mess.
Nasty. And then I've seen that sriracha guy. I mean, he's drinking the sriracha EDC. Or you don't know.
I do. I've seen videos of him. I don't recall if I've ever seen it face to face.
Yeah, there's this dude called Sriracha Man, and I guess he's a DJ now.
That's funny.
But this fool, like, he went viral at EDC because he would take the bottles of sriracha and he would wear like the straw hat, and he would just be on people's shoulders and just drinking the sriracha. And I seen someone, he will never share it, I'd assume, but someone recorded him, and this fool's vomiting in the trash can. Like, fuck? No shit, what do you expect? But fucking, it's just crazy shit at every damn event, it seems.
Yeah.
There's that one EDC where what was it, the structure for the stage?
The bass pod?
Yeah, that bass pod, it got on fire during the Excision set. And dude, I was by the fence where all the firefighters were running through. I didn't really see it at the time. Yeah. So I was just confused as fuck, thinking, what the fuck is happening? And then I turn and I see that shit. I'm like, oh my God, they're about to shut the festival down. Yeah. But they had it under control, so it was all chill.
Do you remember one time, I think it was like maybe 2019, where like the winds were so crazy that they were like, basically, it was like day 2. They were like basically saying they're going to cancel like the rest of the night. But then the winds ended up calming down and they kept the festival going. And I felt bad for all the people that were like already near the exit, so they had already left. So like, like I remember people were like pissed because they had just left, and then they found out that the festival was still going on.
Yeah, fuck no. I'm the type where it's like, I'm staying here till the end, bro.
Yeah, that's what we did. We were like, nah, fuck this, and we ended up just going to the baseball stage.
For real, fool. I'm gonna be one of the last ones leaving this bitch. You better fucking carry me out. Yeah. I pay good money for this shit. Yeah. At least I get to admire the stage. But they just closed main stage and I think Circuit Grounds, or is that the Quantum Valley?
It was Quantum Valley.
Yeah, they closed the basically the ones that swing more, because the winds in May in Vegas, they'd be crazy. Yeah, sometimes I was already anticipating it, like some shit like that to happen, because that Thursday it was blowing so fucking hard.
Yeah, it was, huh?
Yeah, so that's my biggest fear is every year for EDC, because it's in May, I'm like so worried that it's gonna be windy because it's always hit or miss.
So would you go? Would you rather have it be back at June when it's like those unruly ass hot ass temperatures?
To be honest, I do think I would prefer that.
Right?
Yeah, it's tough though because no matter what, it's still a pain in the ass
Yeah.
when you're dealing with the heat because that heat is next level.
Yeah, it was something else.
In June, it's such a crazy difference from May to June, but I'd rather have the stages up. I'd rather have not worry about the winds.
Yeah.
And fuck it, just hydrate, dress accordingly. Don't wear no heavy ass shit.
Yeah, like just be real careful. But I mean but people aren't careful. That's why they decided.
Yeah, that's why they changed it. Unfortunately, you guys keep fucking shit up,
having heat strokes and all this bull stuff. You know, I'm like,
y'all need to get it together. But honestly, GA or a regular guest, they're not the only ones that have to deal with shit. Fucking even the artists, like when they're traveling from crazy weather states,
yeah,
and they have to go to another state like on the West Coast because usually it's the East or the Northwest, or the weather's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm dreading the day that we have a flight that gets canceled or delayed for so damn long because fuck the airports, dude.
Yeah, airports are trash, man.
They need to figure out something where we have better seats while we're waiting,
mm-hmm.
or I don't know, something, dude. Because even just traveling to Orlando's at one time, we had like a 4-hour overlay, and bro, I was ready to go fucking sleep on the floor. I've seen a couple of people do that where they use their like luggage as a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's a lot of struggles behind the scenes as artists, where I think that's the worst part about it, about this whole career path is dealing with the traveling, the airports, especially if you're alone. Thank God we're a fucking duo. At least we'll have each other and shit. But we've been through our own shit too.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we just drive to our gig because we never had one like across the whole country.
Yeah, to where where it needed for us to take the plane trip.
Yeah. So, how was Arizona? Arizona was fine, right? When we go to Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona's cool. I have a great time. It was a great time. And then to like that was 5 hours, like because it takes us 5 hours to get to that area of Arizona, like the Phoenix area. And
yeah.
It's a pretty cool drive.
Yeah, and then we got the homies over there that live there. The Milk Noise.
Shout out Milk Noise.
Shout out Kevin, Maria. Miss you guys. And then we went to Tijuana that one time. That was fun, bro.
That was a great time.
I remember they gave us buckets of beers and shit.
Yeah, cubetas.
And then
and that shit was cheap as fuck over there.
Bro, the fucking hotel was cheap. We spent like $50, I think.
Yeah.
Shit, honestly, I miss TJ. I want to go back. I just to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the Utah trip.
Oh my god! People, because I always say fuck Utah, and it's because of this trip.
Yeah, we played. We don't even claim this as our fucking debut festival no more because fuck that shit.
Yeah, it was all bad driving there. Like the whole trip made it just was awful.
Well, driving there wasn't too bad.
No, it was cool. Like honestly, we were actually having a great time. Our manager is in there, our buddy Malik,
and
girl.
We had the snowfall when we were driving, transitioning to Utah. I believe that's when the snowfall started. Yeah. And it was pretty cool to see. We don't really get snow that often over here in SoCal. Well, in the IE area, obviously you get Big Bear and all that, but outside of the mountains, we don't really get snow. So it was pretty cool seeing the snow and all that. And the hotel we got was nice. The problem was, well, first off, the show, they fucked up because they had a main stage and then they had like a second little main stage.
Yeah.
And the middle stage, they weren't even supposed to have the stage. They had a middle stage in between the left and the right buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And that just kept all the people there in the middle. And it was very frustrating because no one wanted to go to the other stage.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like hidden, bro. Like
it really was. It was like, and then so people never like even bothered to even go over there.
Yeah, no one even bothered to go over there because they assumed that the main stage was the only fucking stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I remember they even had some big artists on our stage, and when we were there watching them, like there was nothing.
Yeah, it was like real sad. And and we had all our friends like come out for this trip because it was supposed to be our first festival.
Mm-hmm.
And and then hats off to them. They really did. I love them to death for that. They went out of the way to drive all the way to Utah for this shitty ass festival that we had to do.
Yeah, well, it's part of the experience. I'm just happy we were able to finally meet like all the bigger artists on the lineup.
Yeah, we met cool people there.
Yeah, and we befriended a couple of them. And you know, it was still cool. I remember they had some bomb ass quesadillas in the taco truck they had
Oh
there.
yeah,
That shit was
fire.
fire, but fuck them for being out there.
Yeah,
Taking,
and
but yeah, I don't know. It was just bad planning all around.
yeah, and then we took my Trailblazer, and that shit took a shit on us. Like literally like 2 hours, like no, like maybe like an hour out of fucking Salt Lake City, which is where like the event had hosted. Like it started overheating, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And we had driven this to like, I had already driven the Trailblazer to Arizona for a different festival that our homies played, and so like I was like, all right, it's fine. Like I did a tune up and everything. It was all gravy. But for whatever reason, and I still don't even know what to this day what the hell the problem was. But when we got there, all of a sudden it was overheating. So like I was like me personally, I was just worrying about like the whole weekend. Like fuck, how am I gonna get this fucking thing fixed? Because this is our way back to the fucking states. And like that was my thing the whole weekend. We took it to an auto shop, well, a couple others, and it was a weekend too. A lot of these motherfuckers were fucking closed.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday where we were trying to find auto shops. We found one, but I think he was charging a shitload. Or what was the problem with that fool?
He was charging a lot.
Yeah, we had to find people on Craigslist. We had to find just. It was a bitch, bro. It was like it was a nightmare. We just felt so helpless.
Yeah, I felt like I was like fuck. I was like I've never felt that feeling. I'm like, how am I getting home? I've never felt that feeling in my life.
Yeah, facts. But shit, bro, that made us stronger. Now we kind of know, how to work our way around it.
Yeah.
Fuck the driving. We're fucking taking flights everywhere.
Yeah, and what's worse is the drive to Salt Lake City from where we live is maybe like an 8 to 10 hour drive, depending on traffic. Because of how we never got the issue fixed, we thought we did, but it really didn't. So we basically had to drive. It took us damn near the whole day, almost like 12 to 14 hours to drive back to home. And for whatever, like just because it would overheat, so we'd stop, we let it cool down for a little bit, maybe wait like 20 or 30 minutes, and then we'd drive for maybe another 20 minutes, and it was a lot of that back and forth till we got to, for whatever reason, when we hit Vegas, it worked fine. For whatever reason, it started working fine. Yeah. It was the trippiest part about that. Once we hit Vegas, it was a smooth ride home. It didn't overheat or nothing.
Thank the God.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck? That was the trippiest thing. To this day, I don't even know what the fuck was wrong with it.
Fuck yeah! I remember we were just falling asleep every time we'll pull over to the shoulder.
Yeah,
we'll fucking knock out for a couple minutes. Damn.
Oh, and you remember that one time, like I don't know if anyone's ever been to Salt Lake City, but there are some ghetto parts in there.
Oh yeah.
And like on the way there, like not the day we were
to the festival.
Yeah, I don't think it was the day we were playing. I think it was the day after. We were there. We went to some gas station because
7-Eleven.
It was a 7-Eleven.
I don't remember why, but we just.
It's because your girl wanted to take. Remember, she wanted to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
So she went off to go pee, and me and her we're just chilling in the car with our friend, and so she comes out, and so she's all of a sudden gets harassed by all these hood ass fools, and his girl's a tough girl, so she don't play any of that shit.
Nah, they came for me first.
Yeah,
when we were leaving the store.
Oh, okay.
Because we walked out first, and it was two guys and one girl, and one guy walked in no problem, but then the next guy that was with the girl, I forgot what she said, but she flirted with me. She was like, she said, "Where are you going, handsome?" Or "What are you do? What are you up to, handsome?" Some shit like that. And that bitch was busted, bro. Bold and ugly.
Yeah.
Nah, but that fool, yeah, he was pretty butthurt about that, and I forgot what the fuck he said, but I just ignored it because, like I said, I just ignore the fucking dumbasses.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna fight for no fucking reason. But fuck Utah. Fuck Utah. Fuck Utah. Never going back. Just kidding. Hit us up.
Beautiful, actually. Honestly, though, like the scenery is great. That trip really fucked our mind state about it.
Yeah, that shit's all part of the grind.
Yep.
I'm sure there's hella artists that have other worse stories, and fuck it. I'm willing to go through that if it means we go perform for the world.
Yeah.
Cause shit, imagine when we go play like in foreign countries where we wouldn't even know English and all that.
Yeah, I'm have to like look through the book like, how do you say ni hao?
I'm gonna have to Google Translate right there, speaking into it. When the time comes though, I'm pretty excited to travel to other countries. Like it was pre-COVID when we were supposed to go to fucking Taiwan and shit.
Yeah.
We're supposed to hit all these countries, but COVID fucked everything up. But I'm because I wanted to go to ADE that week.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Amsterdam for the Barong family thing.
Yeah, but you know, it all fell through or didn't happen. But I'm pretty excited for. I want to try to go either this year or next year to ADE,
Mm-hmm.
because networking, like I hear, is pretty important out there. Like it's the big thing.
Yeah.
It's just networking. That's where all the managers are, the talent buyers. Like just everyone goes there to network, and even Miami Music Week where all the parties are at.
Mm-hmm.
But I also do hear that people get lost in the sauce and they just go to a party and all that.
Yeah, which is fair. I'm like, have a good time, but also don't, like, be professional too. Like, come on, guys.
Facts. But what do you want to talk about in the struggles?
Just because like for me for networking, it's kind of hard because you're going out of your way to just be like, hey, this is me, this is what I do. What do you do? And it's just so weird to do it because there's an art to it, and
Yeah, true.
and you should know by now, like I'm not the most outwardly going guy, but it's like something that's necessary in the business. Like you have to do it. Like there's no backing out because otherwise, you can make all this cool stuff. You gotta look all the things, but people are like, who is this guy?
Yeah, in the early days, it was for sure more awkward and harder to like get used to it,
Mm-hmm.
because I've never really been the type to just like throw myself out there and start conversations with people just for no reason or out of the blue or
Yeah.
introduce myself. Usually, I'm just the guy that waits for people to gravitate towards me, and like that's how I start interacting with them.
Yeah.
Cause I am a pretty like open-minded person, and I'm pretty like out there, or like I guess I'm an extrovert,
Mm-hmm.
and so I do talk a lot, and I'm for sure willing to make friends, like always, but I'm never really the type to initiate the conversation. So it was for sure a struggle when we first started Wolf
Yeah.
Logic, but I think it's become easier now that we've gone out a lot more often. Like it's cool making friends
Yeah, I
around.
mean, and that's the cool part because like once you pass the networking part, you actually meet like really cool like-minded people that you could call friends. Now, like we've actually have made some like actual friends in the industry just from like networking and stuff.
Yeah, my thing is, when it comes to networking, I try not to make it all about like the business side and shit. Like I
Yeah.
actually truly want to be friends with like everyone. I don't see a reason why not to be friends with everyone we meet. Like I'm I guess for me myself, I
Mm.
look at myself as like I have good morals and all that. So I'm I just want to offer a good friendship to everyone that we meet,
Yeah.
whether it's like management or artists or photographers even. I make it a point to introduce myself to everyone out there now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's come a lot more easier. I think ever since we started like pumping on music, because
Yeah.
that was the thing. It was like the insecurities of not having enough of a catalog to share with people, or just feeling like you don't really fit in, I guess. But I think little by little we've been finding our way in and just befriending a bunch of people,
Yeah.
or meeting a lot, because we've been talking to a lot of people offline, like, or on the internet, long distance, and
Mm-hmm.
when they finally come into town, it's really cool meeting them.
Yeah, like the first time we met our buddy Kaku,
Kaku or Ron.
Ron.
Yeah, shout out y'all. Hopefully we
Yeah.
get to link up soon. Hopefully, Kaku said he's gonna be coming to LA a lot more often,
Yeah.
so that's exciting. But it's cool, I think it's also important though, outside of having your music friends, to make sure you stay in contact with your friends from home, because they keep you more level grounded and all that.
Yeah,
They keep you humble, especially our friend group.
man, they will never let you get your head too big, ever. Like especially our friends with you, like, they will humble us to like nobody else.
That's yeah, it's really important though that you always have that. You never want to lose touch with your family, friends, and just family in general, actually, because
Yeah.
you know you never want to lose that, or just make it all business, never
No.
never catching up with them, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are always going to be there for you.
Yeah, and we have such dope friends that they have come to an understanding. Like obviously, we're not gonna be. There are gonna be times where we're not just gonna be able to hang out, but when we do, it picks up like nothing. Like and like I'm truly grateful that we have those kind of friends.
Yeah, bro, and that's I think it's our responsibility to, as artists, to pass that on to the next generation, to always be there to help the following, or whether
Yeah.
it's siblings or even just next generation of artists,
Mm-hmm.
because we do. I think the couple of times I've met the people younger, because we're usually the younger artists, but
Yeah.
the couple of times I've met younger artists, I always try to give the insight, or just basically give them a heads up of what to look out for, because there are a lot of grimy people out there in the industry as well.
They really are.
And yeah, there's a lot of horror stories. You just want to be careful with who you surround yourself with, the contracts, or even fucking just drugs and alcohol, because people just want to drink and party. but you got to remind yourself, just to keep your head in the game, stay focused on the end goal, and you don't always want to share all your goals and dreams or upcoming plans because there's a lot of copycats out there.
Yeah. So. And then it's like you said with the stuff, it's people, like, if you want to be in this, to figure out why you're even doing this. Like, if you're just in there have fun or just party, there's other ways to do it. There's other ways to just do that.
Yeah, facts. Do crack heroin. Just kidding. But yeah, I think we've had a good episode so far. Let's head on to Off the Web.
Off the Web.
We're about to spin this motherfucking wheel. Last week we had Progressive House. So let's list our top 5 Progressive House songs. Who went first last time?
I think I went first last time. No, you went first.
All right, your turn.
All right, so for my top 5 Progressive House songs, and this was fucking hard. There's so
many. If you say one of mine, I'll beat your ass. Go ahead. Just kidding. I said if you say one of my fucking songs, I'm gonna beat your ass.
It's really hard, man. There may or may not be overlap because there's so many Progressive House songs. A lot of artists that when we were we started raving, this was our fucking shit. So it's really hard. So I had to put it down to top 5, but by no means is this there's way more. This is just the ones that had they came to mind at the time.
Well, all right. So before you get to that, I think I have a feeling that because it's Progressive House, these songs are obviously more commercialized and mainstream.
Yeah.
And they're under bigger labels. So instead of playing them live on this stream or on the Woof's web, I think we will just list the songs off. Maybe give a little insight why we like them. And then if you want to hear the songs, we'll make the clips for TikTok, Instagram, and we'll play the audio on there.
Yeah.
And then we will also we'll add them to the Spotify playlist, and we'll put the link of the playlist in the description. So you go ahead and start it off, man.
All right, with number 5. I'm start off with Zed featuring Haley Williams, Stay the Night. Now, I fucking love Zed. He's one of the main guys that brought me back into EDM with Clarity. And when he was coming out, he had this boom where he was just putting out heat after heat after heat. And this is one of the songs that he put out. And then that threw me off because he got a song with Haley fucking Williams of Paramore. My fucking crush to this day. If you see my Explore page on Instagram, half that page is just with her smiling with that beautiful ass smile, girl. And that song, are you gonna stay the night? It's super
Sing
catchy.
That shit.
It's super duper catchy. And then the drop is fucking fire. It's a song that always whenever I go to see him, I'm always hyped that he plays it. Sometimes he doesn't. It's kind of those ones where it's in and out of his sets, which is fucking blasphemy because I think it should be a mainstay no matter what. But you know what? That's his set, not mine.
Dumbass. Just kidding.
For number 4 is Porter Robinson, Language.
That's a banger. I don't even So I don't really. Porter's not really my taste. I'm not listening to too much Porter,
which is fair.
But when I do, it's for sure. Language is
it's universal. You can't there. No one not loves that song. There's not really, there's a part where there's vocals, but it's not really there's not even really vocals in that drop. It's just straight melody. This fool had he had a banger in this, and to this day it's still a banger. There's so many people that remixed it, and it's just a dope ass song.
Yeah, I'd include that into a playlist of when you're introducing someone to EDM, how we talked about the first episode.
Yeah,
that for sure is one of the runner-ups or one of the songs you'd want to show because it just shows you how music can make you feel something even without the vocals.
Yeah, so. No doubt.
Yeah.
Next one is, and then this is rest in peace to the man Tim, Avicii, Levels.
My guy.
Rest in peace, man. You gone too soon,
bro. Levels is that one. That one's for sure. It stuck with me through middle school, high school.
And then there was a point where it was kind of too much play. It kind of got played out.
Yeah.
But
I learned to block out all that type of shit. Because I did think that all that commercialized EDM was burnt out. But when I would hear it live, it's like a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So I feel that though it did get burnt. But it was always fun hearing people's remixes to it.
Yeah, it's another timeless classic. Rest in peace, man. We fucking miss you. My next one, and this one was really fucking hard because I'm put "Never Sleep Alone" by Cascade, and the only reason I even picked that song was because there's so many damn songs. this motherfucker has albums on albums and albums of progressive house that I could just put in this top 5, and it was really hard. It came down to Never Sleep Alone and Eyes, but I was like, damn, which one hits me harder? And like Never Sleep Alone, because it came around the time when we went to our first EDC, and so when we saw him play live, then I was like, damn, this song is fucking awesome. Like every time I hear it, it always makes me think back to that first EDC.
Yeah, bro. Cascade, all his music just makes me feel some type of way and shit.
Yeah. And my last one is the Girls, Cruella, Alive. I mean, like they're basic. Yes.
What's the name?
Cruella Alive.
There you go.
I fucking love that song so much. This is the first song that my cousin introduced me when I was getting back into EDM. Because he told me like, you ever heard of Cruella? I'm like from the Dalmatian movie. I'm like, nah, like the artist. He showed me them. I was fucking hooked. I have the biggest still to this day. I have the biggest crush on Yasmin. Girl, if you ever break up with that dude from Icy Stars, come at me. I love you. I remember we saw them at friggin' we went to go see Yellow Claw in LA, and they were there. And I don't get starstruck as long as we've been in. I don't really get starstruck with artists, but I was literally like I gotta talk to them. I was really getting shaken up.
Yeah, I told my boy go say hi,
and I did, and they're fucking dope girls. I really wish they're part of the circuit. They're part of like the circuit EDM scene, but it's not. They haven't fallen off. They just their music has.
They've changed direction.
Yeah, so it's not super EDM. Like it's still EDM, but it's not, like the cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah, it's not your typical shit.
Yeah,
they for sure went a whole different route, and it's either you love it or you hate it. So.
Yeah, and props to them. They found their sound and they're sticking with it. So I give it to them. But that song was to me like it was one of the very first song that brought me back into EDM.
Yeah, bro, they're great artists. I wish there were on more lineups.
Yeah, same. I'd be there.
We only seen them that one time, huh?
I saw them at the LA Pride Festival because it was free, and I was still front row. I got a story for that to tell you, but that's for another week.
All right, we got a little story for the next one, for sure. So that's your top 5 then?
Yeah.
All right, my top 5. Now these the reason why, because like you said, there's so many, and there's tiers to it as well. So for me, I even have more than 5 in this top tier shit.
Mm-hmm.
This tier right here is like timeless. Like I could hear it every day. I'm pretty sure it all stems from like when I first started raving and all that. It was a great year, but at the same time, it was one of the hardest years of my life. So I was like fucking down bad, depressed, all that. So at the time, these songs were like circling through my playlist often. Mm-hmm. So they just stuck with me and shit. So number 1, I Remember by Deadmau5 and Cascade.
Classic.
Now that one, bro, just the vocal, like it's perfection, bro. I wouldn't even want anyone to touch that shit. So there's that one. 2, Under Control by Calvin Harris and Alesso.
Ooh.
No matter how many times we've heard Alesso or heard him perform, that song still, I'll sing that shit at the top of my lungs. And it's one of those like just timeless, and especially even the music video is pretty sick.
Yeah.
But Calvin and Alesso, we need more of those collaborations between them two.
Please.
Now 3, bro. So all right. It's by Galantis and you and no, what is it called?
You and I.
I'm blanking the hardest. It's such a popular song. But yeah, You and I, like that one, that song right there. Oh no, Runaway.
Yeah.
You and I.
That's part of the song though.
Yeah,
I thought it was Runaway.
So Runaway is the song that they're super popular with, but for me, I love Gold Dust, and I heard it. I didn't know about that song before our first EDC. So when we went and we heard it live, bro. For one, we heard it and the sun was coming up. Yeah, because they played the closing set.
That shit was awesome.
But hearing that song, bro, that shit just stuck with me ever since I heard it the first time. That shit's so catchy too.
Throw down every time we see them, they always throw down.
Yeah, number 4. The reason why I picked this song is because it's part of my favorite EDC trailer. So before I was even able to rave, like I would just fucking replay this trailer over and over and over again.
Don't you hate that we were just torturing ourselves with all these like Insomniac trailers? Like, damn, I can't even go to this.
Yeah, so it's just one of those core memories of I used to go to the library a lot because I didn't have like Wi-Fi at the house and shit. So I would go over there, and I would hear the trailer or I would watch the trailer over there, and it was called Under Control by Alesso. No, I'm so fucking stupid. City of Dreams by Alesso. It's the Alesso remix of City of Dreams. But that one, bro, when the girls fucking her teardrop,
Yeah, dude.
that's when that song was playing. All the fireworks are going off. Like, I need to go ASAP, and I did.
I'm fucking high for EDC right now. You got me hype right now.
And then the fifth one, the reason why I picked this song is because Nocturnal 2015. We already talked about it before, but this song, Disarm You by Cascade, the reason why I picked it is because I don't know if anyone else has ever had this moment, but when you're at a festival and you just like everything's paused, you're just hearing the music, and you're in your thoughts of just like, damn, like everything's just clicking, everything's just making sense. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. You know, I love this shit. I want to do this shit for the rest of my life. Disarm You. That shit was playing, and I don't know. Shout out to Cascade, bro. He just knows how to fucking make timeless shit.
Yeah. Even to the day when we saw him at Beyond, he was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but like I said, all those songs, they just progressive house in general was just one of those. It's just one of those genres that just
they know how to hold on to your heart.
They make you feel good because they have happy ones and they have more, emotional, serious ones, and I fuck with both.
Like that song "We Don't Stop" by Cascade. That one's super emotional.
There's fucking Harder, Louder, Faster, whatever the fuck from Glances as well.
Yeah.
And bro, you can list off everything Cascade. And I'm gonna give this honorable mention because it's one of the late bloomers that I past the whole 2015, 2016 Michael phase where I was dealing with a bunch of shit. I was finally like happy, and this one, Pizza by Martin Garrix. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, that's a throwback.
Bro, that one has no vocals. It's just straight music, orchestral and all that. Like, so that right there, just the music just fucking hit. And that was also at EDC with all the fireworks. It was during the fireworks show when that song was playing. Bro, it was my first time hearing it, and I was just like, damn, man. It's called Pizza. Yeah. It's all serious. But yeah, that's my top 5. And let's spin this wheel. It's my turn, actually.
Yeah, I spun it last week.
All right. Let's
So
check it. Get that good spin in.
What we got?
Techno, baby.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, we in that bitch. We're a little familiar with techno.
If you know, you know.
We about to give y'all the hard techno, the hard shit, the dark shit, the industrial shit,
the grimy shit, the 6 a.m. shit,
the perico shit. No, I'm excited for this one. I think we haven't given you guys a anything techno related with the Woof Logik project. So it's exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode of Off the Web. This week, I mean, we're just been getting hella fucking fire genres lately.
Yeah, man.
Well, all of them are fire. I might include country next. We'll see. That was Off the Web. This has been Woof's Web. I'm your host, Mast.
I'm Miguelito.
All right. Make sure you guys tune in for all that's to come. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything at Woof Logik and at Woof's Web. And we'll see y'all on the next round. Peace.